There's a completely brand new way to use LinkedIn to get high-ticket clients in 2024. In fact, we used this exact same tactic, and it helped my co-founder Paolo and his LinkedIn profile book 106 calls in 60 days alone. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you the exact strategy we used and how you can do it too. My name is Aman Gatora, and I'm about to show you how to book in 15 to 30 calls per month from LinkedIn in 2024. Now stick around, because this is the difference between a dead and empty pipeline where you're struggling to acquire clients and one that actually books in 15 to 30 inbound calls per month, which are qualified directly into your calendar. Sweet, so I'm super excited to share this with you. This video is a 5-parter. I'm going to show you the exact 5 steps we use to take any of our clients from 0 to 15 to 30 calls per month on LinkedIn. Now, stick around, because each step has a lot of nuance associated with it, and you need the previous step to get the result from the next step. Now, I want to be super clear here. I could not give a flying toss about likes, comments, or engagements. Honestly, they mean absolutely nothing to me, because I have shown over 40 LinkedIn accounts that there is zero correlation between the number of followers you have and the amount of revenue you generate. Now, I know this so distinctly because Paolo's profile at 2,000 followers was booking 25 calls a month, and his profile had started from 0 followers around 6 months prior. So let me be very clear, there is no correlation between likes, comments, and followers and the revenue you need to book in high-ticket calls. This is a proven system that generates leads directly into your calendar. So let's dive straight in. Okay, big point number 1, finding founder LinkedIn fit. Now, this is a point that actually is the reason why 60 to 70% of businesses that I speak to have no reason to be on LinkedIn. Why 60 to 70% of founders will actually never make any money off LinkedIn, and why they're better off investing their energy into another platform. There are certain traits that are required for your business to succeed on LinkedIn. The most obvious one is that you need to be selling something B2B. You may get away with this if you're selling to e-com, but generally speaking, you need to be selling B2B. The second bit to think about is, which job title are you selling into? Are you selling into the SaaS revenue leader? Are you selling into the agency owner or the professional services business owner? These are the 3 main ICPs you see on LinkedIn. So if you're not selling to these 3 in some format, you're probably not going to have found a LinkedIn fit. Now I'm going to show you in more detail what it is that makes a founder fit on LinkedIn. So around me, you're going to see the 3 main traits that a founder must have to get traction on LinkedIn. Trait number 1, social proof. The best accounts that we work with have a lot of social proof. They already have case studies from their previous clients. So in this model, we're able to position them as incredible experts that are able to get an outcome for their customers. The second thing is, they all make others money. Now, this is a really interesting point to think about. The psychology of LinkedIn is quite nuanced. People only scroll LinkedIn to either prospect or learn a growth tactic. Both ideas are in the mindset of making money and growing their business. So to accurately position yourself on the platform and get the best results from it, you should have a make money offer. And this means I help you get leads. I help you make more revenue through email. I help you grow your accountancy service. I help you grow. I help you get bigger. I help you get better. These are the types of services that do incredibly well on LinkedIn. And then finally, opinions and experts. If you are an opinionated leader in your network, if you are someone that actually genuinely has a point of view that is considerate of a top 1% individual, you will do really well on LinkedIn. And that's because you can create a wedge. You can create a familiarity with a specific idea that you hold true, that you know is true for your clients, and that makes a lot of money. I'm able to go out on LinkedIn and on YouTube now with very strong points of view about what it takes to win, and that allows me to stand out in market. Now, you may be thinking you might do 2 of these and not the 3rd one. There are nuances where it can still work. So for example, if you are not swimming in case studies, but you have testimonials, instead of positioning yourself as an expert, you can position yourself as an expert enthusiast. Now, an expert enthusiast is openly admitting to market they are not the top 1%. Maybe they're the top 20%, but they can use that story and that momentum to build a large followership that will build brand, and that will still convert into pipeline down the line. Now, I want to show you some examples of what a really good make money offer is. So for example, B2B lead generation offers. If you are a B2B lead gen agency and you want to get clients, hit me up. We have amazing case studies of working with B2B lead gen agencies, and we're able to get them a bucket full of calls. If you are a CRO agency and you work with B2B SaaS companies, B2B professional services, you make a lot of money on LinkedIn. Hit me up, we want to help you out. If you are a business that generally helps people make money in some format, i.e. Paolo's profile or my profile, we help people book in 15 to 30 inbound calls per month. we are a really attractive offer on LinkedIn. And you need to position yourself as such in order to bring in clients. Now you're beginning to get an idea of what founder fit on LinkedIn is. Now the most obvious answer is next, what do I post on LinkedIn in order to bring in my ICP and to close those inbound deals? That's what we're going to go through next. 2, content ideation. This is incredibly important. It's a cornerstone of a LinkedIn strategy that successfully brings in inbound calls. Now, I want to be super clear here. I don't give a toss about likes or followers or comments. And what that means is there is a content strategy if you want to gain followers, build a personal brand newsletter. This isn't it. That's not for you. This is talking about content ideation, brings in your ICP and makes them see you as an authority who they want to buy from, not just follow, comment, and like on. So firstly, the biggest mistake that I see in market is people copying other strategies. Now, you'll see it time and time again, and you're probably doing this too. You see someone else doing really well on LinkedIn and you go and copy their idea. That's not a good strategy. And there's a few reasons for it. 1, you're not trying to be better than someone, you're trying to be different. If you want to attract clients, you need to create a wedge on LinkedIn. You need to stand out for a reason and you need to bring in ideal prospects. And 2, copying doesn't necessarily mean you're getting results. It's very rare that you can copy a person that's already getting results. And the reason why is there is a function of brand element into it, and there's a reason what they're doing, it doesn't look very attractive from the outside. Some of my posts only get 20 likes, but they brought me 3 inbound leads. Now, no one else is going to copy that post because they don't know that it's working. They can't see it from the outside. So you've got to be very careful about the leading indicators you look at before you copy someone. So instead of copying, the first thing we do is we think about resonant ideas. Now, in market and in your niche, there's always a resonant idea that exists. For example, in paid ads, there is a resonant idea in LinkedIn about B2B ABM. If you speak about ABM, which is account-based marketing, you get a lot of leads. Now, that's really interesting. These resonant ideas appear and we're able to notice them because we do something called a market map. We scrape the top profiles in a niche and we analyze what they're talking about and what ideas are getting traction. We have various metrics for gaining traction, but by taking a market map, we have a very broad idea of what types of posts are doing well. Are they education posts? Are they social proof posts? Are they on trending topics? Are they always opinion and expert led? Are they always talking about how to bootstrap versus VC? There's loads of unique ideas that exist in market. And step number 1 is identifying what is resonant and what is already getting traction. Next, we apply our 3-4-5 framework. And that's a whole deeper video about all the post types we do. But we take that 3-4-5 framework and we taxonomize every single post we see in a niche in our market map against that taxonomy. So we can really clearly see, are there certain formats that work well in this niche? Are there certain post types that work well in the niche? And using that, have an amazing idea of where the resonant ideas are. Now I'm going to show you an example mind map of what that looks like. We did a mind map, we did it on the lead gen space. And this is a small snippet of maybe 10, 15 posts. We do this for hundreds of posts. And we can clearly see that in this niche, at that moment in time, for those creators, the education post type was doing incredibly well. And so we saw that and we picked it up and we were able to leverage that. So now you're thinking, cool, I know I got founder fit. I know what's resonant on LinkedIn. What's next? How do I actually create the content that works on LinkedIn? Now, this is a graph that you might not see very often, but your personal brand is not you. It is the intersection between what's resonant on LinkedIn and you, and that is your personal brand. We are limiting what we present to market about the things that are resonant on LinkedIn, that show the outcome that you can produce for clients, and that therefore get results. How do you go about doing this? Well, what you do is you go into these resonant ideas, you work out what everyone else is talking about, and you essentially ask yourself, or have someone ask you, a bunch of pertinent questions that relate to what's resonating. So for example, say I'm speaking to a B2B paid ads agency owner, and I want to capture more case studies about ABM. I might say to them, hey, can you tell me the last time you ran an ABM strategy? What were the 5 steps that you did? What was the before and what was the after? What did you notice that was new in market? What has changed since 2023? How did you implement this? All these questions come out. You have a really in-depth idea of what works in that very specific pocket and that very specific idea, and you can create a banging post out of it. So the key to extracting ideas is to ask extremely pointed and specific questions designed to pull and tease out case studies and social proof. Now, it's really important. I noticed this. Most of our questions are case study based. We want to pull out outcomes because people are buying outcomes from you. They are not buying deliverables, they are buying outcomes. They want to either grow their MRR, get leads, grow their paid ads, reduce their CAC. Whatever that outcome is, you need to present your best foot forward on how you do that. So far, we've covered how to find founder fit how to find resonant ideas, and how to capture the insight for those ideas. Now, the next step is, how do you create lead generating content? How do you create content that literally brings in people knocking on your door saying they want to buy your services? Lead generating content is content that speaks to what your clients want and desire, not what they need. Now, that's a really interesting idea. What they want and they desire is more calls in our scenario, but what they need is amazing content on their LinkedIn. But we sell the outcome. We sell what they want to have because that's an easier sale. The mechanism is almost irrelevant. So what that means for LinkedIn is that in your hooks and in your posts, you need to sell the outcome that you provide. So for example, in Paolo's post, and you can see them all floating around me, we specifically always speak about one singular outcome, and that's how we book calls. That's the outcome our ICP wants. The rest of the post body is talking about the mechanism, how we provide that outcome. It might be a lead magnet post, it might be a how-to or how I guide. But the point is, lead generating content almost always is a form of a case study. It's a case study wrapped around in a edutainment content piece. And that's what really works on LinkedIn. Now, we're experts at these types of content. We do them all the time for all our clients, and they literally book in 15 to 30 calls a month, depending on their business, their offer, their size, and their strength of their case studies. Now, if you want to take your lead generation content to the next level, you can also include competency statements. Competency statements are singular small bits that add to the weight of your hook. So for example, instead of saying, I brought together these 10 performing ads in 2024, I say, I spent 100 hours bringing together these top 10 ads in 2024. Instead of saying, here's my SOP on how to upsell clients, I say, I've upsold 2 million in LTV, here's my SOP on how to upsell clients. Just that beginning competency statement adds a lot more weight to your hook and proof. And in an age where everyone is lying and competing, and it almost is becoming saturated, you need to add true mini competency statements or mini case studies at the start of your hooks to make your lead generating content hit even harder. Now that you understand how to create lead generating content, I have a final piece for you, and it's actually what everyone says to do first. This is profile optimization. Now, I want to explain why I talk about profile optimization last, because it doesn't actually matter that much. There's only one thing you truly need to get right in your profile, and all the gurus are going to tell you something else. All you need to do is clearly state the outcome that you provide with confidence. So if you help people reduce their CAC, say, I help you reduce your CAC. If you say you help people book calls, say you help people book calls. Be incredibly clear about the outcome you provide in your headline, in your banner, in your about statement, in your experiences. Be consistently clear. And when you do that, you will provide the confidence to the market that you are a good service provider and that they should acquire your services. Now, I want you to stop for a second and imagine you did everything right. You were selling into the right ICP that already is on LinkedIn. You already found a bunch of resonant ideas that your ICP cares about. You knew that you had the insight and you were able to record that insight of you delivering the resonant ideas to your ICP. You then were able to create amazing lead generation content because you have true case studies and you can speak in depth about how you get people results. And you were able to optimize your profile to clearly speak to that outcome. If you do all these 5 things right, I can almost guarantee you will get calls booked into your calendar within 30, 45, 60 days. Now, there you have it. This was the new way on LinkedIn to acquire high ticket clients. Now, I want you to remember again, the algorithm on LinkedIn is not about posting platitudes, motivational quotes, memes, whatever it is. It is not about likes, it's not about comments. The only thing that matters is about getting qualified calls booked into your calendar that convert into revenue. And then you reinvest that revenue into more marketing and you grow even faster. Now, if you're ready to implement this cutting edge strategy into your LinkedIn profile, all you actually need to do is get my Miro board. So the Miro board is in the comments down below. You can go access it. When you access it, you'll be subbed to my email list. When you're subbed to my email list, I will make you an offer. I'll make you an offer that you can't refuse. It will be something that will help you grow on LinkedIn. It will be something that will encourage you to get the results and give you one of my ghostwriters trained and placed inside your business. But if you're ready to implement the LinkedIn content strategy today, if you're ready to book in 15 to 30 calls per month from LinkedIn, all you need to do is book in a call below. You'll speak to one of my members of my team or myself, and we're going to work out if this works for you first. We're going to assess founder fit. I'm going to assess resonance ideas, and I'm going to give you a very clear decision of how you should go forward to grow, if that's on LinkedIn or if that's somewhere else. I very much look forward to speaking to you.